All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first episode of Jetstream, but the 12th episode of our podcast. Breaks is watching the Steelers game right now, so our Oilers correspondent will not be with us, thank God. But we are joined, as always, by Graham Shingleton. Graham, how you doing?
Good, man. I have had a good day, start of a good week, had a great weekend, so I am unable to complain right now. Exactly, clicks for that.
Love that. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I had a fantastic Saturday and Sunday watching some football, including arguably one of the biggest games in Chicago Bears history, as well as watching my 49ers beat up on the Eagles, which was fantastic. Although they did lose Kittle, so I don't have crazy high hopes for next week versus Seattle. Yeah, overall, it was a good weekend to be Graham. How about you, man?
That's awesome. Good. I mean, I obviously saw you on Saturday, and thank God at least the Bears made that a game. And I mean, they ended up coming back and winning it, but you know, it was sort of like a boring first half. And then, yeah, another crazy game. I mean, it's just been a crazy weekend of NFL football in general. That Rams-Carolina game was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
What did Parkinson score with like 2 minutes left, a minute left
Something
to go
less
up,
than
and
that,
then
which that whole game was kind of a surprise. Like, Rams went up 14-0 early. I think they had a chance to go up like 21-7 at half, which would have been basically like a put the game away type of, scenario. But Panthers battled back. Bryce looks pretty good, which I'm taking full credit for because I traded him this season after holding on to him for 3 years in Dynasty. So I'm going to take credit for his reemergence. But yeah, after that, of course, we had Bears. What other game was on there? We had Pats and we had Chargers.
well, yeah, that game stunk. But then we had Bills Jags, which was crazy.
Also a great game. Great game.
They score essentially off a late tush push. Josh Allen runs a tush push for 20 yards, I'd say.
Yeah.
Just stops short, and then T-Law, my guy, my backup QB on my fantasy team, throws a pick. First play of the drive.
I'm pretty sure his tip, though. Like, I mean, it may have been a bad decision, but I don't think that it was, like, his fault.
No, just sort of seemed unlucky. But yeah, that was crazy. I didn't realize how good the Jags were doing this season because I know last year, weren't they second last in the league?
They were quite poor, but they had Liam Cohen who came over. He was the Bucks offensive coordinator who had an unreal rookie season as a head coach, as a bunch of coaches did and still have. Ben Johnson obviously with the Bears, but Cohen was an awesome play caller for the Bucks, and he had an unbelievable season for the Jags. So I was super happy for them and T-Law, because he unfortunately has been the subject to much criticism over the past few years.
Yeah, tough end for them, but what are you going to do? And then, yeah, Niners, Eagles, so congrats to you. That's a crazy win. I sort of just had that game on and off. Are Eagles washed, or did you guys just take it to them? What happened in that game?
I mean, the whole kind of season was up and down for Eagles fans. Obviously, coming off a Super Bowl, not much change to the roster, but I mean, there was criticism all year with Hurts. A.J. Brown was apparently being a drama queen. There was trouble in defense, and it was just very up and down. So, I mean, that game especially, A.J. Brown played really poorly.
Yeah.
Quinyon Mitchell, who was CB on the Eagles, played unbelievable, but the other part of the defense was kind of iffy. Hurts didn't have an amazing game, but I mean, really, it was A.J. Brown was super poor in the past game, and I mean, was just doing rough things with nobody essentially on the roster. I don't even know how they're still. I mean, McCaffrey's obviously McCaffrey. Juwan Jennings now has I read the stat today, he now has the third most passing touchdowns from a Tennessee Volunteer in NFL history, and he's a wide receiver.
That's crazy.
Isn't that a crazy stat?
That's hilarious.
There's Peyton Manning at 40, one other guy at 5, and then Juwan Jennings at 2, and he's a wide receiver. Although, also a fun fact about that, originally going to college, Juwan Jennings was a two-way quarterback recruit before switching to wide receiver. And in his recruitment year, he was ranked ahead of Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, and one other guy in a quarterback recruit ranking, which is insane. So,
That's
I mean, it makes sense
crazy.
that he's throwing touchdown passes on design plays, but yeah, kind of crazy.
Huh. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Well, I guess we can segue / transition to not only was it a good week of football, but also, I mean, depends how you look at it, but a good week for our Winnipeg Jets.
It was
We
indeed.
finally ended our losing streak at, I believe it was 11 games, with a 5-1 win over the LA Kings, and then won the, as I call it, Battle of the Bums on Sunday against New Jersey.
I like
But
that.
thanks, man. Someone commented too, and this was between Battle of the Bums or who won the toilet bowl, and someone commented that, and I thought that was also pretty funny. But let's start at the top of the week because we had Vegas on the Tuesday, which I was boots on the ground for with shout out my cousin Matthias, came to that game with me, and he called it. He said that actually no, he said we were gonna get spanked, but sure he'll come with me. But we did not get we did not get spanked.
Well, it
Instead, it was
depends on how
like,
you look at it.
okay,
I mean, in terms
continue.
of outplaying us, if I
Yeah,
have my stats correctly, I believe at one point in the second period, the shots were tied 8-8, and it finished 28-13 for Vegas, I believe.
that sounds about right. Yeah.
I believe high danger scoring chances were immensely in their favor. I believe slot chances were immensely in their favor. So, did we almost steal one? Yes. Did we steal a point? Yes. Do I think that we were the better team? No.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I mean, that too, Vegas was in the midst of a horrifying cold streak as well. They had won, I think, one of their last 10 games while we had lost 10 straight. So that also could have been the Battle of the Bums, V2, or I guess V1, because Jersey was the after.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, I mean, a fun game. Any game that, you get quote unquote free hockey with overtime is awesome. But yeah, I didn't think that we played all that great. I mean, Carter Hart, I thought, had a very poor game, who also then unfortunately got injured later on in the week. But I think he let in 3 goals and 13 shots. So I don't think that we played unreal. I think we just kind of ran into a shitty game from Carter Hart, to be honest with you, and almost stole one.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and then like you just said, I think with the shots on goal too, I mean, that's been our not motto, but our, I guess, bread and butter is giving up games in the third period or late in the game. And so, I mean, we'll talk about Edmonton, but I mean, I said it to you a million times, like I would rather just lose 7-0 than to lose a game like we did in Edmonton or against Edmonton and against Vegas. Like
I
it's
agree.
so funny. Our seats were right on the goal line for that last goal too. So we could just see the puck land on the goal line and then it slowly trickle in. And it's like, yeah, that's about right. Just heartbreaking loss after heartbreaking loss. I know we agreed on that was I would rather just get smoked every game than believing that we can pull it out. And I think in the Edmonton game, we played better than we did in the Vegas game. So that one was even more heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Also, I know, especially for you, because you were boots on the ground for that game or you weren't
With
with
our,
him, but you
with
drove
our,
with him,
well, yeah,
Oilers correspondent.
we were with the Oilers correspondent as well as we'll call him the co-Oilers correspondent and Luca. I was sitting with him, which was fun. He was a good sport for the first period and a half, in which I thought we very much outplayed them. And
Yeah.
then after period one, I take full blame, full accountability, hand up. I sent far too many texts about the Oilers sucking to Oilers correspondent, co-Oilers correspondent, and brother of Oilers correspondent. So I really regretted that very quickly, unfortunately. But then I thought that for the last half of the game, we got absolutely worked.
Was it like 11 zip in shots or something of that nature, or like 11-3?
I think it was 11 to 3 or 4 in shots. and then the final, for the Jets. And that was through one. And then I think the final shot scoring was 29 or 30 to 16 for the Oilers. So we had 5 shots through 2 periods,
Yeah.
which is nice. I also did think that, I mean, Luke and Briggs were talking about it, but I thought that Roslovic, Savoy, Ike Howard line was really good against
Yeah.
us. I mean, McDavid obviously doing McDavid things, which is a whole other conversation, but extended his point streak to 18 in that game, and then shortly after 19 against the Kings, which I believe now he is 44 points. 19 games. So that's something. But yeah, I mean, I thought, well, I mean, technically we should have probably chased Pickard. What's up, Breaks?
Boy, here we go. Just in time for the Oilers talk.
Yeah, perfect timing. We should have chased Pickard after the first period, as he normally comes back home and stones us, but they kept him in, and it ended up working because he only faced 5 more shots throughout the game and stopped all of them. So that was totally awesome and not fun to watch.
Before we keep talking about the Oilers, I don't know if you had anything else to talk about in that Vegas game, but I know one also big thing was Hayden Fleury went pretty hard into the boards off of Keegan Colasar.
Yeah.
I'd say it was a pretty dirty hit. I'm not really too sure why Keegan did it. Like,
I don't think
it didn't look like
dirty.
he pushed him all. No, like it didn't look like intentional, obviously, but I mean, he was super far away from the boards, and it did kind of look pretty bad. I don't know what. Yeah, you didn't think it was that bad?
No, I just thought it was unfortunate timing with the way that Fleury was skating.
Yeah.
And I mean, again, he's kind of defenseless in like the sliding into the boards. You can't do much about it. But I thought, like, honestly, I can't remember if we talked about this last pod or not, but I thought one of the like just the most hockey play and like what hockey is to a T was Lowry just calmly going over to Colasar after that happened and just said, "Hey man, we're going to go, so get ready." And then they went, which was a very good fight, which I saw you got a video of from your seats, which is really cool. And then after that, they showed a clip not a clip, it was live in the box. Lowry said, "Hey Keegan, thanks," which was like hilarious. That's literally just what hockey is. Like,
I didn't see that.
Yeah,
that's very cool.
You could read his lips. He looked over to him and said, like, "Thank you," basically.
That's funny. Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know because, like, after that, like, I think Shen wanted to go with him immediately after that. He was giving him cross-checks and stuff. And then, yeah, you just sort of knew, like, after all that, Lowry came out to take the drop, and you just knew they were going to go. Or he might have come out on the wing, but regardless. Yeah, I don't know. It's sort of like, it's such a weird thing, too, though, where, like, you know, Fleury's down, like, getting stretchered out for, like, 10, 15 minutes. And then, like, there's a fight after where, like you said, it wasn't, like, the dirtiest hit ever. It wasn't intentional. And so, like, I don't know. Do you think, like, Keegan did need to answer for that? Do you think he should be going? Or is it just
100%.
like, I know that's just how the game is, but it also does seem a little bit silly that, like, he should have to answer the bell for something like that. I know you're standing up for your guy, and again, I know that's the game, and I do like it, but it is just sort of like a weird feeling after, like, Fleury's been down for 10 to 15 minutes, and then, you know, Lowry's taking the piss out of him.
I think it's just like an indirect way of saying, like, we got your back. You know, like, I don't know if Fleury, like, if he didn't get stretchered off, like, if he was just injured and went back to the bench, like, I don't know if he'd be like, somebody go fight that guy. But it's like an indirect way of being like, hey, like, we got you, buddy. Like, we're thinking about you, and, like, we're going to make this guy pay. You know what I mean? That's the way I look at it. No matter whether it was intentional or not. Like, I mean, if you, like, severely injure anybody at any point of the game, chances are you're going to face the music, you know, whether it's a knee on knee, a hit from behind, a slash, something like that. Like 9 times out of 10, you face the music before the end of the game. So,
yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, hopefully Fleury is okay. I think it was more of like, was it his spine? It was his back. Like, that was the biggest reason why they were stretching him off. At first, I thought it was like his head might have snapped back and it was a neck thing, but I think it was more so his back. And then
Yeah.
his nose was bleeding, I think, because his knee
He
came up
broke
to
his
his
own nose.
face.
Yeah, he broke his
Yeah,
own nose with his
it's
knee.
crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. I
Yeah.
can
Especially
never do that. I'm
just
not that flexible.
the way he went in was just, yeah, it was not pretty. I think it could have been a lot worse than it ended up being. But yeah, that was not pretty.
Yeah, just super awkward. Have we gotten any other updates on what his injury was and how long he's gonna be, or
Not really anything existential or essential. I don't know, whatever word I'm looking for.
existential?
There's nose injury and then back injury, but I don't think they've listed a report, nor do I think they will.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's kind of
Just
typically how it goes. But
they just
yeah,
statement letting the fans know he's okay and is moving and
yeah,
stuff like that, right? Yeah.
and then um, well, yeah, I mean, I guess as it normally goes, but he was then put on IR the day after, like retroactive to January 6th. So I can't remember how long you have to be on IR if like if
Was
you
it
get
LTI?
placed. No, just IR.
AIR, I think, is like
14 days.
4 games or 14 days.
Yeah.
LTIR is 9 games, 24 days.
Yeah. And
Okay.
then, actually, not to get ahead of ourselves again, but I guess if you can, a bright spot out of it was us calling up that centerman Danny Zhilkin, who I don't know if you saw that CCTV clip, but that was awesome. Oh,
I
really?
didn't
Oh,
see
it,
that.
it was going
I don't
around.
think so.
It was pretty viral. So he obviously plays for the Moose, which are of course in Winnipeg, and he found out that he was getting called up just as his barber had finished cutting his hair, who I guess he's got a pretty
He
good
was
relationship with. And
Okay.
on CCTV cam in the barber shop, it like caught the whole moment where he got the call, and he got like super emotional and like started crying, and like his barber was like whatever there to support him and whatever. It was like a really, really cool moment, but he was like in the barber shop when he got the call.
Oh, that's funny.
he
Huh.
was like paying for his haircut as he
Yeah.
was getting the call.
Yeah. It was really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Again, I guess we're talking about him now, so we'll just talk about him, but I've never even heard of that kid. I didn't even know. I've never heard of him. He's looked great though. He's looked awesome.
He in the words of the Manitoba Moose coach, he is basically solidified himself as a number one center in the AHL. His point production isn't unbelievable, but he's a really good two-way player. I think he's got like 12 or 14 points through 30 games or something this year in the AHL. But he doesn't play which is kind of funny because he doesn't play top line minutes, but the coach called him like a number one AHL center. So, I mean, kind of funny. But anyway, very good player, two-way player, also just like an awesome story. He did some interviews too. He said like his parents, who I think now live back in Moscow, weren't able to come and see the first game, but his dad flew in as quickly as he could. And then I think he got to watch the second game that he played, which is really nice. But good story. Seemingly a really nice guy, and was pretty open in the media, which I really liked. Like he wasn't just like, yeah, super excited first game. I'm just gonna, do what I can to help the squad. He was like, no, like this is like the best day of my life. I'm so excited. I'm like, can't wait to get out there. And, I've been doing this my whole life, trying to get to this point. So it's like awesome, which was really cool to see.
Yeah,
So,
super.
yeah.
But let's go back to the Oilers game because breaks. I know you kind of want to get in and out of here. Watch the Steelers game. I know we have it on here. But what did you think about the Oilers' big win over the Winnipeg Jets? I mean, how's your week going? I guess we can start back to the Nashville win that you guys had 6-2 on Tuesday, I believe it was last Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell us your story, man.
Yeah. Nashville, we were pretty dominant.
As
That
expected.
Draisaitl capping and Podkolzin line was our best line. Draisaitl always seems to elevate his game against them.
Or he just likes
So-
beating up on the bad teams.
Considering he's done it for 9 years and Nashville is pretty good. Yeah. Not much to say about that game. Offense was humming. McDavid had a sick goal. on the his first goal and the penalty shot were both nice.
Yeah.
Then the whomping of the Jets.
Please try to keep your comments minimal. Please try to keep your
Boots on the
comments minimal.
ground. Graham with boots on the ground. Weathered the storm for the first period, and then we just shut it down the rest of the game. Oilers hockey. No, that Rosovic, Savoy, Ike Howard line was the best line on either team.
That's exactly
Best
what
line
I
for either
said.
team.
That's
Best
exactly
line
what
on
I
either
said.
They have been really well.
Yeah, they did look good.
Yeah, other than that, yeah, Pickard looked shaky to start, but I
Did
mean,
he ever?
held the Jets to 5 shots in the last 2 periods, so you can't really expect much from them if they're only going to get 5 shots. So,
Yeah, that was
I
not
really
a-
thought when Calvin Pickard let in like the first 2, I was like, okay, perfect. We don't have prime Calvin Pickard. We might actually pull this one out. And then slowly but surely, McDavid scores with like 2 seconds left in the second period. And then,
did you see Connor's back check on that one?
Yes.
Did I ever? That was the first thing I sent in the group chat. That was really special stuff from Connor there. He just stops skating, man. And I've seen that from him a lot too, but that was a really bad one.
I don't know what I don't
in
even
the world.
think it's lack of effort. I just think it's just like defensive awearness. Like he was there. He was literally like, I mean, he obviously didn't skate that hard back, but he was there. He just didn't do anything. It was so
I wonder if he thought
weird.
I wonder if he thought like McDavid was gonna like bobble the puck and lose it, and so he could like take it and go the other way. Like, I don't know if that sort of makes sense, because Draisaitl passed it in his skates, right? So, but like it's Connor McDavid. Like you have to get a stick on him if he's going to the front of the net. You know,
Literally.
I don't care what opportunity might present itself. Like you have to. Yeah, play defense on him.
Yeah.
Anyways, to answer your question, yeah, I saw that, Breaks. I did see that. It was terrible.
And considering Graham was chirping Bouchard the whole way to the game.
He was so bad. He was so bad. And then, of course, he's the dagger.
Darnell Nurse was pretty bad, but he had a massive shot, so that was good. That Spencer Stastny, I love the way he skates. Like he's so smooth.
Very good. He's very
so
good.
smooth.
At least he's playing good.
Yeah. And they had that Riley Stillman playing instead of that Alec Regula. I really like Stillman. Like I don't really like.
Sorry, instead of who?
Regula.
Oh, okay.
They had number 61 there, Spencer or Riley Stillman. So yeah, I like that game. And then the Kings game, that was interesting. It was just kind of back and forth. And then McDavid had the puck in overtime, driving to the net, got pushed in by the defenseman and scored. Like he went short side shelf. And they called it off because of goaltender interference, and then went to shootout, and the Oilers lost. But got a point.
Yeah, I guess that's the one. Well, I mean, no, we won twice this week, but that's our one big win, was beating LA and then you guys losing to them the next day. I guess that makes me feel a little bit better.
That means we're better than the Oilers.
That does. That does. We drummed the Kings too, actually. Hey, spot up. One spot up.
Exactly.
We're coming. We're only 9 points out now. Watch out. And guess who that first wild card is? LA.
Dude, if we go like somehow like 8-4, however many games we have left before the break, we're gonna buy at the deadline. I just know we are.
It was you who I was talking to about this, right? That we're apparently in the market for like
KK.
Not Mangiapane, and then who?
KK, or Jesperi Kotkaniemi, but his nickname's KK.
Right, yes.
Because Chevy wants people with term, and KK's got 5 years at $5 million left. Somebody, I think it was Scott Billick or something, tweeted out that he is like an elite second line center that just needs a new change of scenery. I was like, what are you talking about, man?
But that's one good year in
yeah, I was gonna say he looked good in Montreal there, and then he kind of disappeared into that fourth line role in Carolina.
But he was supposed to be the second line center. That's why Carolina offer sheeted him. Like, do you remember when that all happened?
Yeah,
kind of, more or less. Yeah.
That was like, I think it was like one of 3 or 2 offer sheets since they were made available that actually went through. So Carolina ended up paying him, what was it, Breaks? I think it's like
It's like
a first.
8.75.
Yeah, but I think it's like a first and 2 seconds you give up.
Something like that. Yeah.
And then he, I mean, just didn't really turn out. But then they signed him to an 8x5 or a 7x5 or something. And he's literally been playing fourth line minutes. He's got like 2 or 3 goals this year now. So maybe change of scenery is needed, but I just don't know if he's going to be a second line center anywhere. If he could turn into it, then that's an absolute bargain. But I don't know if we want to be the one to take that chance. So
He sort of seems like a little bit better of a player, Nemestikov. Like almost, I don't know. They can sort of play similar styles, but I think Kotkaniemi has a better knack. I mean, if he's got 3 goals this season, then he's just as good as Nemestikov at scoring. But I think he's got a better shot than Nemestikov does. But it kind of the same hands, kind of the same speed. Is that crazy? Is that a hot take?
I don't think so.
I think they kind of play iconic games.
Who do you think's better, Breaks?
I'd rather Kotkaniemi.
I think anybody would right now.
But
Like
just not by
he's
a
what,
whole
27?
KK?
6 years younger?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't
I just
that
don't
crazy?
know if that's going to
Nemestikov
be
is
the
like,
move that...
Nemestikov's 33.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
He's 33?
Yeah, he's had a pretty long career.
I thought he was like 25.
26? I know.
Yeah.
I know. It's
That's
crazy. Yeah, he played in Tampa
man.
for a while. And then I
He's
think he
played
went one place
830
else.
games.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
We got to get rid of that guy. Sorry. We got to get that guy out of here.
He went Tampa, New York, Ottawa, Colorado, Detroit, Dallas, Tampa, Winnipeg.
He found his home in Winnipeg for the last 4 years now. Crazy. I'll say this, out of the guys on the second line, like Nemestikov has looked the worst out of Taves, Perfetti, and Nemestikov now. I think, did I say Nemestikov? Yeah.
Wow. I mean,
my point
very
being,
small sample size, however.
Yeah. My point being, though, is that even in not just these past 2 games, but in the past 5, 6, 7 games, Taves and Perfetti have looked a lot better than they did in the first half of the season. Graham, do you agree with that?
Yes, although it does not take much of anything to look better than they have in the first half of the season.
That's true. That's true.
But I don't know, whatever was said before this week, say it every week.
Yeah, I'm just happy for them because it's been a tough start for them, and that's got to weigh on those guys heavily. And so for them to be playing somewhat better hockey in this past week or 2 is pretty cool to see. And so, I mean, let's not be playing too well now. We got to lose some games here, but, good for them, especially Perfetti. With all the expectations he had for this season and stuff, and for the disappointment that he's been. I thought he's looked really good. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that brings us into LA, the 5-1 win on Friday. I don't know if, Graham, you had any thoughts about that, but I mean, good for us for finally getting it done. I thought when LA scored that goal to make it 3-1, I'm like, here we go again. LA looked like dog shit on Friday, and we looked decent, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd say we look fine.
Good for us. We finally ended it. Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think that we looked otherworldly. I think we played well, but also I think that LA just played very poorly, and we got a good few bounces, which we have not gotten all year. So that was good. And from what I saw, read, heard from all Jets reporting, Jets outlets, TSN, apparently Canada Life Center was just a raucous play. Oh, that would have been a really cool one to go to.
My parents were boots on the ground, and I mean, I was watching the broadcast, and even in the second period, the fans are doing the wave. Yeah. Apparently, they were cutting at commercials to this one lady chugging 3 beers or something like that. Everyone's singing along to the different songs and stuff like that. And so Winnipeg needed that one bad. It's been tough sledding for our city for a while here, and I think people just wanted what I've been saying, one win. We just wanted one. And now we can lose our next 7 and it'll be fine. But good for us to win a Friday home game to break an 11-game skid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool to see the fans happy for once and not
Yeah.
throwing shit on the ice. I'll say this, Winnipeg fans are some of the best fans in the league. If this was happening in Toronto, dude, there'd be jerseys on the ice. People would
100%.
be lighting their jerseys on fire and stuff. I mean, they were doing that last year with Marner and stuff after the second game of the season, I'm pretty sure. And so the fact that like after that Vegas game, there was only one beer on the ice is just like credit to us, man. We have such a good fan base because even I was debating it. No, I'm just kidding. I wasn't, but it was tough to watch. Anyways, yeah, good for us. That was a big win. I don't know if I had any other notes for that game. Scheifele had 2 points. Velarde had 2 points. Perfetti had 2 points. Taves had a goal. Kepke had a really nice goal. I think that was his one-timer goal, or was that against New Jersey?
No,
Yeah,
that was for Vegas. That was LA. Off that really nice feed from Sandberg.
yeah. And then Nemestikov had a tip off of Stanley's shot, so that was also cool to see.
First and 30.
Good for him. He deserves it.
Needed it.
All from Stanley's great playmaking. I don't know if Breaks is still here, but I was gonna segue this into the LA Oilers game since they played the next day. LA Kings had a little back-to-back coming from Winnipeg to Edmonton. I think he might be gone. So did you have any other notes from that 5-1 LA game, or was that kind of it for you, Graham?
Not really.
Not really. Okay.
I mean, I think Comrie played really well. I'm happy that he got that start and win. I know there was a really nice,
Right.
I don't know if it was McIntyre or Ken Weeb. Somebody did a really nice piece on it after the game because Comrie was pretty open about like just his mental state over the past few weeks and how shitty he's been feeling. And, you know, I think his wife or something, I don't know if she was a part of it or like he'd mentioned just something about her, but that was really nice to kind of hear him be like vulnerable and open with the media. I was really happy for him. So that was good.
That's a great point. Thanks for bringing that up, Graham, because, yeah, I mean, he's been getting shit on for a while here, too, and everybody's been saying, get him out of here. And although I kind of agree, like, I don't know if he's going to sign here next year, he made a couple of really nice stops in that game. And I think, like you just said, he played a better game that day. So, yeah, and then for him to come out and talk about his mental health, that was also very cool. Did you see that piece that Velarde did
with
about his mental health and stuff, too? Yeah, I thought that was also very cool. And I love that more and more players are coming out, but you know what I mean? Like, coming out and talking about stuff like that and bringing awareness to it. I think that's very cool.
Absolutely.
But Breaks, are you here?
Yeah, I just went to grab a glass of water.
I think he did kind of touch on that game already.
Did you already touch on LA Oilers on the Saturday?
Yeah, it was just a
I
back
think you
and
did
forth
too.
shootout kind of thing. Like,
Okay.
Kind of good thing. Yeah, just kind of went back and forth.
Do you feel like the LA Kings felt like they needed revenge for the absolute beating that the Winnipeg Jets laid to them the night before?
Definitely.
I guess so.
Or maybe revenge for the 4 straight years that you guys have beaten them in the playoffs?
Too.
Yeah. I think it was just a standard LA Edmonton game where Edmonton's goaltending doesn't look great. We don't play very good defense, but we just have the scoring to match them, and then it comes down to a shootout. Like, it's just kind of how we play against LA.
Yeah.
Like, there's not a whole lot to complain, not a whole lot to love about that game. So I know they, like, before the game, they celebrated Draisaitl's 1,000th point or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And he had 2 tucks, so that was nice. Of course, he couldn't do that against the Jets when I had money on it.
And that
yeah, he had the first 2 goals.
Oh, and then McDavid had the third?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Corey Perry scored right in the crease.
Corey Perry.
Corey Perry.
The GOAT. Imagine
The power play wasn't great either. We went 1 for 4 on the power play. So some things to pick from that game, some things to like, but overall it's just a game.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, well, I guess that wraps up Oilers talk. I don't know.
One more quick thing on the Oilers. So Connor Unger, former Brandon Wheat King, I used to watch him. He drafted to Edmonton 2 years ago, I think. He's a rookie in the AHL this year. And since Ingram's been up, he's played 5 games. He's 5-0 as a starter in the AHL, has a .963 save percentage and a 1.74 goals against average. So he's like 20. What his age is?
22.
So he's a 02 born, so he's 23. 24. He turned today's his birthday. Happy birthday, Connor Unger.
Meant to be.
Yeah, so that's just kind of something to look up to, like maybe we got a young guy that'll perform. Like he's been in the ECHL.
What
but
about
like
Jari,
his numbers,
though, man? You already given up
his
on Jari?
Well, no, I'm talking future. His numbers in the E is like 1.42 goals against 945 save, 1.44 goals against 944 save,
Damn.
1.68 945 save. All of his numbers are good. Like he's played 11 games in the ECHL and 5 games in the A this year. So even last year in the E, played 35 games, 2.7 goals against, 903 save percentage.
Good for him.
Something to look up to.
Maybe you guys got something.
Just gotta hope. That was my last thing on the others. So. And they're beating the
and they're up 2-0 on the Blackhawks is what I was gonna say. Yeah. So there you go. That's another win for you guys.
I wouldn't
but I guess not the 7-0 I predicted from you guys. Okay, well, are you gonna stick around? I mean, I think we'll talk the Devils game for a little bit, but I don't know if you need to
I'll stick around and just kind of listen and throw my opinion out when I think.
Okay, well, I mean, I sort of already touched on all the points that I wanted to get to for this game, but 4-2 win against New Jersey, the Battle of the Bums. Perfetti had 2 assists, Taves had a goal, and Cody Glass, Winnipeg guy, had 2 goals.
Or 3.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was it? Okay. Oh, yeah, you're right. Anyways, squeaked that one out, just barely too. They almost scored with like 5 seconds left there. But my only big points were, I mean, Perfetti and Taves looked really good again that game. Taves had a nice pass to Perfetti, nice little backhand sauce, shades of Draisaitl to Perfetti on the B-way. And Perfetti had a nice move on the B-way there, but didn't finish it, just rang off the bar. I thought that was a nice move. But yeah, I mean, other than that, like J-Mo had a nice assist. And then, yeah, I don't know, Graham, what did you think of the Devils game on Sunday?
I mean, same kind of thing as the Kings game. Like, I think we played good, but I don't think we played unbelievable. Fun fact, that was our first time winning back-to-back games since November the 18th. So that was cool.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I'm happy that at least we capitalized on the Devils because they have been free falling to the bottom of the NHL. So to be the team that gives them a win is, or would have been, pretty difficult. I'm happy that we at least capitalized on that because, I mean, amidst everything that's going on with the Dougie Hamilton saga, people calling for Luke Hughes' head, Isher and Jesper Bratt having off seasons, it's kind of been really tough for them. So I am happy that we squeaked that out, and happy for Cody Glass because he's a Winnipeg guy, and it's always nice when Winnipeg guys do well. So happy for him. Happy we got the win. I mean, again, at this point, it really doesn't matter. Like, I don't think we've really got any hopes of getting back into the playoff race, nor do I think that we really want to. So, yeah, I mean, good win, obviously. Happy for us. But,
pick.
Damn. That was a terrible decision. He's got 4 fumbles and a pick tonight. 5 turnovers, and you guys are down 7-6. That's crazy.
Because Perk Rogers can't move.
That is fair. Sorry, Anton, continue.
No, you're good. Yeah, I don't know. New Jersey strikes me as like, tell me if this is a hot take, but they're kind of like a similar team to us, where they have like their core guys in Jack Hughes, Jesper Bratt, I guess Luke Hughes, if you want to say he's in the core. I guess
totally.
Maybe like Nico Hischier. I guess the difference is they have 2 good centermen, and we only have 1. I mean, we have Lowry too, and yeah. Anyways, sort of the same team as us, where like they have this core guys, they've made the playoffs before and just never really done anything. I don't really know where I'm going with that. I guess they're
only
a bit
made the
younger
playoffs
and stuff,
once,
but
like as
their
core, and they did win a series. Like they beat the Rangers and then kind of got whomped by the Hurricanes. Yeah.
But I guess I like that matchup for us, I guess. I don't know. They're obviously, like, compared to us too, they're a young team. Like, Jack Hughes is obviously still very young. Emmett is very young. Luke Hughes is very young. And so
What I heard on Chicklets from Pasha is like he just doesn't think Sheldon Keefe has like the playing style that fits their mold of their team. It's not like the high tempo, high offense, like run and gun kind of thing. He's kind of like the more
Well, I mean,
structured.
I would completely disagree. Look at the Leafs the past 4 years with Keefe, and now they're going to the Berube system defense type of hockey, and it's biting them in the butt. Keefe was the guy that allowed them to run and gun and score a shit ton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of going off what Pasha said on Chicklets.
Yeah,
like
that's sort of what I'm going off of
jerks off
too,
the Devils
a little
like
bit.
I guess.
And I know
Yeah,
he hates Dougie Hamilton right now. Like, I saw that his agent came out and said that they'll look at moving to a team on his no trade list.
Yeah.
I think he's a 10-team no trade list.
Hopefully,
that's crazy.
Actually, no.
That sucks.
Do you think? I think he's too old. Never mind. I was gonna say, would he be a good offensive fit with the Jets? But I mean, he's pretty old, and I think his cap hits 9 or 10 mil. So
9.25.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I don't know if that's worth it for us, but I was like the other night, and I I played like just the international teams, and so like they had Dougie on the roster, just on the bench and stuff, and that was one guy I sort of never thought of for that Olympic or Team Canada team. I guess he's been having a shit season, and yeah, like you said, he's getting up there, but like if I'm thinking back, like even 3 or 4 years, like over, I don't know, I would have taken him over like Doughty or someone. Is that a crazy hot take?
This year, you mean?
No, like I guess not this year because he's been playing like shit. But like I always thought he was a really good defenseman.
He was for a certain amount of time. Like he was on Boston, which is kind of where he bloomed, and then I think he left in free agency in Carolina.
He went to
Calgary. No, he got traded to Calgary and then left Calgary in free agency, signed that big deal with Carolina as like their number one big guy. But then over time, they just kind of grew the blue line. And I mean, he kind of, fell victim to, I guess, maybe the same situation in Boston. But I mean, yeah, he used to be like a 50, 60 point guy. I'm sure he's probably still got something left in the tank. But yeah, I don't know. Just for what he is now, I just don't. Yeah, I don't know which team would want to take on 9.25. And if no team wants to, do the Devils retain? Who knows? But that's a lot to be paying a defenseman that's not having a great year. So, but then again, they always pay Darnell Nurse every year. So, I mean, whatever. Yeah, his contract.
You are just hammering at that keyboard.
I know his contract expires at the 27-28 season. 7 years, $63 million deal he signed, and he has 10 points in 40 games this year.
Okay,
not a big deal.
But I mean, great. Last year he had. Where's total points here? Last year he had 40. Year before he was super injured, but he had 16 in 20 games. 2022, he had 74 in 82. 2021, he had 30 and 62. 2020, he had 42 and 55. Yeah, he was a pretty prolific scorer.
I used to love his game. I don't know, just a guy who was somewhat locked down, but then also threw pucks on net every single chance he got. I don't know. I used to love his game, and so
he used to run on.
Yeah, that's too bad he's having a tough season. But you guys think the Devils could win anytime soon?
A cup?
Yeah.
I think maybe with,
Sorry,
I don't know.
What was that?
I said I think maybe with a little bit of change of the guard. They've technically got all the key factors you need. They've got Markstrom, who should be, a Vezina candidate every year. They've got Luke Hughes. They've got Nemeth.
Did you see?
They've got that Jonathan Kovacevic, who was funny enough from my stat the other day. was one of the Jets
Yep.
guys that we waived, and he signed like a
Love that
5x5 ticket with them. And then, yeah, I
Love
mean, they've
that
got
guy.
Jack Hughes, they've got Siegenthaler, don't know why I said him second, but Heischer, Jesper Bratt. Like, they've got a pretty good roster. They just got to figure out a way to put it together.
You guys
Yeah.
see when they lost to the Islanders 9-0
Yeah.
and Markstrom let in 9 goals? Didn't pull him at all.
Yeah,
Shots were 42-12
yeah,
for the for the Devils.
yeah,
He let in like 9 goals on pull shots and didn't pull him.
yeah,
Like, that is insane.
yeah.
That's so mean.
I don't know why. That's weird, honestly.
That's crazy. Anyways, what was I gonna segue to? Shoot. I guess speaking of coaches and stuff, you guys see, well, I know you saw Graham, but Rick Bowness is in Columbus now, coming out of retirement
Very
to
odd.
coach the Columbus. Why? I guess just to give that room a spark?
Which doesn't even make a whole bunch of sense. Like, I mean, Columbus isn't even really having that bad of a season. And Dean Evison, like, he's over 500 in 2 and a bit seasons with the Columbus Blue Jackets, which is very hard to do. So I'm not really sure why
He's
they
like
fired
19-19 this year, isn't he?
I thought they
He's
were
like right at 500.
I thought they were 21-17 or something, or 21-18.
Pretty sure they're like right at 500.
And I posted on our account today. I think he's got,
Yeah.
oh my God, deep ball, Calvin Austin. Yeah,
PI.
gotta be, right? That's crazy.
Uncatchable ball.
He was 59, 52, and 16 or something as the Blue Jackets head coach, which I feel like is very difficult to go over 500. So
This year they are 19, 19, and 7. They're sitting 8th in the Metro. They're
what, 4 points out of a playoff spot?
Yeah, I mean, they're last in their conference.
no, they're
but
7 points
they're
out of a playoff spot.
still ahead of your Winnipeg. Crazy, yeah, because I thought Bonus was done coaching. Like,
Well, he was retired.
didn't he?
Yeah, he retired
Yeah.
after he left us. He's 70.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Do you? I don't. Well, whatever. Not that this is bad to bring up, but do you think that has something to do with like the Johnny Gaudreau thing and like those guys being down and having a tough time, and that's why he's coming out of retirement, like because
No.
he feels bad for those guys? I don't know. It just seems weird that he's coming out of retirement to coach that team.
They probably just wanted a very specific coach. Like, I think Bonus is a big players coach, and I mean, he doesn't really have
that's
as much tough love as others. So I think that they just probably wanted a coach that was able to kind of connect with players better.
Okay.
I think Dean Evison's a pretty hard ass, I think.
Yeah, I guess that's sort of where I was getting at with that.
Remember
But
when, like a
anyways.
couple of years ago when Evison was coaching the
Wild.
Wild and Bonus was coaching the Jets, and they're like almost fighting on the bench? Like,
Yeah.
that was funny.
Yeah. I don't know. It is obviously a very weird move. I don't know why he decided to come out of retirement, but I mean, good for him. If he
Yeah.
can do it and, he can turn him around, that's fantastic. So
Sweet. Okay. Well, I'm out of things to talk about. Did you guys have anything league related or Jets or Oilers related, hockey related, or is that it?
I think that's it for me.
I don't got much.
Breaks, did you want to touch on anything from the NFL playoff weekend? We sort of talked about that at the start of the podcast, but I mean, crazy weekend between
Packers are
all the
chokers.
games other than
Agreed.
No kidding, man. No
Justin
kidding.
Herbert can't play in the playoffs.
Don't say that, man. That's the
very
biggest what
happy.
if story
Very-
ever.
Very, very happy that the league was lost.
Me too.
Me three.
My guy Drake May, future QB1 for
Future?
my dynasty team.
I'll give you Anthony Richardson.
Right now I have
Fair
Joe
deal.
Burrows.
It's a pretty good 2 QB setup. Too bad we're not 2 QB league, which we should be, but whatever. So I
That'd
know.
be great. Are you commissioned now, Breaks?
Yeah, you not read my big message?
Yeah, I sent a very astute message the other day.
Oh.
My
I
God,
will
they're
read
just spoon feeding CJ right now. They're like, don't throw another pick or give up a fumble. This game is terrible.
It's just how
Hold on.
Steelers
Okay.
football is.
7-6.
I'm sorry, man.
Okay, well, in that
I'm
case,
good.
I mean, Graham, I would like to maybe talk to you about some like movie stuff and whatever for a little bit, but other than that, I don't know. Breaks, thanks for joining us, man. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for coming on. Yeah. Go Steelers. Talk to you next week.
Yes, sir. Okay. Deuces, fellas.
Okay, dude.
See you, man.
Peace. Oh, God.
I mean, not too much to talk about. I just know we both watched the Golden Globes on Sunday, so I don't know. What did you think of it?
I was mostly happy with the awards. Not that my 2 cents or opinion matters or means anything. I was kind of surprised about motion picture. Well, no, I can't really say that. I was kind
Drama?
of thinking Marty Supreme would win for comedy or what was it? Motion picture, comedy, drama?
Musical or comedy?
Comedy or musical. I was pretty surprised that one battle after another did beat out Marty Supreme, but also kind of not. But for the drama, I was pretty surprised at the winner. I am happy that Timmy won a Golden Globe. I think that his performance definitely deserves that.
Yeah.
I did feel like the podcast award was very odd. I was not expecting to see something like that, but I mean,
Well,
to each
dude,
their
how
own.
about them going to commercial over Ludwig Göransson winning best score for Sinners, but they keep in best podcast and the box office achievement award?
I know.
What are we doing?
I know.
Ludwig Göransson is debatably other than Hans Zimmer, the best composer working today, and we're gonna cut to commercial over that, but we're gonna let Amy Poehler talk about her podcast for 2 minutes?
I know.
What the fuck?
It
That
was
was
weird.
so stupid. But anyways, sorry, not to cut you off, but that just reminded me of that. Also, what's the criteria for winning best podcast? What does it even mean?
I don't know if they were joking today. But I was listening to PMT and they said that apparently like they got or they were like nominated to be in a nomination position, but apparently you have to like fill out paperwork and do a bunch of stuff and get it back to the academy, and then like if you don't do that, then obviously you don't have a chance at a nomination. But apparently like that's kind of how it works. So I guess they send it out to probably the top podcasts out there in terms of like listening, streams, downloads, and then whoever sends in paperwork back, then they pick, the best nominations out of there, and then obviously the winner out of that. But very odd that that was a category, in my opinion.
Yeah, and then I mean, like, I know Amy Poehler came out with her podcast this year, and it's gained a lot of traction and is apparently pretty good, but like her winning that over, I don't know, what were some of the nominations, like Smartless and
Mel Robbins, she was on there. She's got a pretty inspirational podcast. I really like Smartless. I started listening to them a few weeks before that. I really liked them. I was listening to the J-Law episode today. She was well, it's kind of odd. I don't know. Like, I mean, they do it very differently. Like they don't really do like a full interview. Like it's kind of just like a talk amongst themselves and then they chip in. But I think it's a really cool podcast. I think it's awesome. And it's really cool to hear a bunch of like stars that you don't normally get to hear from either. So that's cool.
For sure. Yeah. So that's what, like, I would have thought they would have won or something, but whatever. We don't need to break that down too much. What did you think of the rest of the Globes?
Like in terms of the awards or?
Well, I don't know if you were just you were sort of on a rant there and talking about best, like that you thought the award for best podcast was sort of weird and stuff. So I don't know if you had just any other basic thoughts, like.
Not really. Yeah. I mean, I was happy that Sinners won a couple of things. I thought that was an incredible movie, deserved of a lot of different awards. I'm happy Timmy got his award. There was one thing. Oh, the K-pop Demon Hunters thing where they won 2 awards. I haven't watched it, but I mean, I assume it deserved it. So good for them.
It's pretty good.
But
it's a pretty good movie.
All the other ones I didn't really have many crazy opinions on. Unless I was mistaken, female supporting actress, I was really surprised that Odessa Ozon?
Ozione, yeah.
Ozione? I'm really surprised she wasn't nominated for Marty Supreme. Or was she?
Oh, was she not?
I didn't think she was.
I thought she was because she was there. But I guess maybe
she would have been there for the movie.
Because the whole cast was.
Yeah.
But
I didn't think she was nominated, but I thought she would have. I thought she was incredible in that.
Me too. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna look it up right now. But I thought Nikki Glaser was good. I thought some of the jokes she had were pretty funny. I mean, anybody's better than that. Who is it? It's not Joe Keery. We were just talking about this at dinner. It's not Joe Keery, obviously, but like, do you remember that? Did you watch that? Is like the bald white guy like 2 years ago or something who just completely blew up. He was terrible. It was crickets in there.
Bald
Anyways,
white
she was
guy? And the
yeah, it's like
host of the host
Joe
of the
Coy.
Globes?
Joe Coy, I think is his name. Yeah, I think he hosted either last year or the year before, and it was one of the most like secondhand embarrassing things I've ever seen in my life. It was so bad.
Yeah,
And I felt bad for him because I
Joe
know
Coy
he's
was
not
his name.
Joe Coy. Yeah. Just completely ruined his career in one night, basically. And I feel
Tough.
bad for him partly because he's not writing all of the jokes, but also like he was writing some of them. So yeah, I thought Nikki was great. Um yeah, K-pop Demon Hunters, although like I do think the better song was I Lied to You by Miles Catton for Sinners. I think that's just more like it's artistically better. I think Golden like breaking all the records and stuff and like being the biggest K-pop band of all time this
Yeah.
year from a Netflix movie is crazy. And so it deserves to be recognized for that. I also think, like, again, Box Office Achievement Award is so stupid because K-pop Demon Hunters was nominated for that award and they didn't even release that movie in theaters. I think, like, I get what they're trying to say with that, in that, like, that movie deserves an award for how unexpectedly well it did streaming. But, like, anyways, yeah, I don't really have a grievance with that because I'm happy Sinners won. That was obviously, like, um, you know, a big achievement. It making like I think close to 500 million off an original film from Ryan Coogler.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, very cool. These are the best supporting actress. Sorry, best female actor. So stupid. Tiana Taylor won for that, which I remember texting you about, which is kind of crazy considering she's in that movie for 15
I
minutes,
know.
if that.
Yeah.
Amy Madigan got nominated for Weapons, which I think is such a crazy nomination. I mean, she was great, but she was also just like a very weird role. Ariana Grande for Wicked for Good. I think she was fine, but you want to talk about Odessa Ozio, and I think she was a lot better at Marty Supreme than Ariana Grande was in Wicked for Good. Elle Fanning for Sentimental Value. Inga Ibsdotter Lilias. This is who I wish would have won. She was in Sentimental Value. She was fucking fantastic in that movie, and she was my front runner. I think she was the best supporting female actor. And then Emily Blunt for The Smashing Machine.
Yeah.
She was also very good. But yeah, and then best performance by a male actor in a supporting role. Stellan Skarsgård won that for Sentimental Value, which I thought he was also great in that movie. I'm not sure he deserved to win it over, say, Jacob Elordi in Frankenstein or Paul Mescal in Hamnet. Hell, even Sean Penn in One Battle After Another, although his role is super silly. He was also pretty good in that.
I thought, yeah, his acting was incredible in that.
Yeah. And same with like Benicio del Toro in One Battle After Another. He was
really good as well.
But anyways, yeah. Other than that, I mean, One Battle clears. I sort of saw that coming. I thought that was going to win everything. I'm kind of surprised Leo didn't win over Timmy. I know Timmy won the Critics' Choice Awards, but I know we sort of disagree on this. I'm so happy Timmy won. And like, again, I don't really care. But like, I thought Leo was better in that movie, but I know we disagree on that.
Well, I mean, it was still the Oscars.
I mean, you never know, but right now it looks like Timmy's the front runner winning the last two award shows, so that makes him look a lot better.
Yeah.
Which I would not be mad about. But yeah, I think that's about all I had. I mean, these award shows are so stupid. Like I like watching them. It's fun, you know, I'm a big movie guy, but also like movies are so subjective, right? So it's like, how can you pick like a best movie and stuff? The last thing I had too was Hamnet winning best drama was also like, I know you just mentioned that. That was kind of surprising. I really thought Sinners was going to win, and I thought Sinners deserved it, but also good for Chloe Zhao. And you saw in her speech, she specifically pointed out Ryan Coogler in her speech saying like, I'm looking at you and stuff. And like,
yeah,
sort of, she thought he would win too, you could tell. So yeah, I don't know. It was okay. It was good. Those are fun because the actors and actresses all get to drink and stuff, and so you usually catch like someone pretty drunk. I don't know if you saw like this clip of Leonardo DiCaprio, and it was on Twitter, and someone had the caption like something has activated Leonardo DiCaprio, and he's talking like super sassy to someone. I'll send it to you.
It's funny.
Maybe some of our listeners will know, but it looked really funny. I wonder who he was talking to. But yeah, anyways. And then the last thing I'll say, I watched the first episode of season 2, The Pit, on Thursday, and that was another big award winner at the Golden Globes, and you should definitely watch that. I think I did mention that last podcast too, but it's like ER, and it's really good. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you got our outro song laid out. Thank you, everybody, for listening to another great episode of the Now Jetstream podcast. Yeah, we'll talk to you guys next week. Adios.
Oh, wait, hold on.